I cannot precisely recall when this incident took place. Similar events have happened before. I was using amphetamines all day, as always, and one of my friends gave me a few Concerta pills. They were strong, about 54 milligrams. When I got home, I decided it was a good idea to take all of them, about 10 pills. I couldn't get myself to sleep and just stared at the ceiling waiting for my parents to go to work so I could make some breakfast in peace. Once my parents left the house and the sleep deprivation was getting worse and worse, I started getting strange thoughts. People were trying to break into the house. I heard footsteps. I carefully checked the hallway, but there was nothing there. I saw my curtains move like there was someone behind it. I couldn't quite see if there was really someone there. I was frozen. I laid there quietly, waiting for any sign of movement. I grabbed my machete and waited whilst my eyes were darting around the room, looking for anything that moved. I started to feel a tingly sensation in my back. My immediate thoughts were that someone was lying under my bed. The logic of how they would have gotten there whilst I was in the room all night was irrelevant, of course. I thought he was poking through the mattress with a gun or a knife, so I kept moving my head a little bit so he wouldn't have a good shot at it. Eventually, I got off of the bed. I sat down in my chair to avoid the bedman, but I felt a presence somewhere behind me. I quickly turned my chair to the corner, but there was nothing. Although I could still feel this presence in my room, so I used a flashlight to see if I could see any shadows of people around the corner. This went on for God knows how long. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe an hour, I don't remember. Eventually, I got back on my bed and looked through the window. I saw a cloaked creature. It kind of looked like that pyramid head guy from Silent Hill. It was just hanging there motionless. It didn't seem to show any motive to attack me, so I just shrugged it off. I later called this creature the Triangle Man, and I've made many drawings of him. I went downstairs, machete in hand. I looked at my cats. They looked afraid. Their skin seemed rotten, like there was something wrong. I cried, not for myself, but for my cats. I was angry at myself why I had to put them through this. Even though I never abused them or harmed them, I knew they could feel there was something wrong with me, though. Strangely enough, when I look back on this, it shows that I had a small bit of sanity left in these moments. Somewhere deep down inside, I knew that everything happening around me was fake, but I could not control the way I reacted to it. In my mind, it felt too real to ignore. I sat down on the couch thinking about what I was doing. The paranoia wasn't gone, of course, and I thought I saw something poking through the garden hedge. It was a gun, I concluded. There was an assassin in the hedge who was trying to get a good shot at my head, so he would only have to shoot once so he drew less attention. I kept moving my head so he wouldn't be able to do so. It would have maybe bought me some more time. I ran to the curtains and closed them so he wouldn't be able to see me anymore, but of course, that wouldn't stop the assassin forever. So I hid under the table, in between the chairs so he maybe wouldn't have found me. Finally, the drugs started to wear off. The excited state of paranoia was slowly being replaced by a feeling of depression and lethargy. I decided to take my quetiapine and go to bed. The next morning, I used again. Of course, beware, everyone, of the Triangle Man. I always thought I was suffering alone, but I was not. He was the manifestation of my terror and despair, and I will never forget his presence. The Triangle Man is not evil, for suffering is not evil either. It is simply a harsh lesson. I needed a lot of harsh lessons to climb out of the hell I created with my actions, and my actions alone.